What's going on, y'all? I'm the professor. My name is Brian Williams. I'm your host, and this is the Southern Williams Room. In today's segment, what we want to talk about is we want to talk about relationships. Some things that are toxic, but the structure of relationships and how things supposed to go to the state of relationships to a marriage. And let's talk about why so many blacks are not successful in enjoying and embracing a melody that men and women make with kids and harmony with memories of different things that we have done to smile when we see this other person that we are in love with. So, for the record, I'm going to say this so we can get this clear. There is a difference between love. There's I love you, like I love you. Hey, how you doing? I love you. Then it is, that I'm in love with you. And the difference between the two are very simple. I love you is used like I love you, like hey, like I said, I love you. But when you're in love with somebody, that's more of a physical sacrifice. That's more of a physical loyalty and honor that's shown physically. You know what I'm saying? It's not just something you can say. But if you're just saying about a word of love, then you're just saying, I love you. And that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not, what it is. It is a difference in this. So let me say this right here. One of the things I learned about this thing when it comes to relationship, who you gonna ask or get your advice from to believe that, that this person is the one for you? How you gonna choose? Like for me, would I take her to my mom's, but my mom's is gone, so would I take her to my godmother to get her approval? Or if it was vice versa, if it was a female, would she take him to her father? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like to get his word and his blessings. You know what I'm saying on this. But I'm gonna tell you that way right there is in the mental to the physical, and it's not the three elements that we need to be able to grasp, embrace, and enjoy, not the plan, the blueprint that is made for men and women to come together in a journey. It's a journey. So it's like construction. You know what I'm saying? Construction of a marriage breaks down into, let's backtrack. Marriage, relationship, friendship. Now, if we doing that right there, then that's something totally different. Now, that means that friendship was respected, and you learned this person and everything. But how did you learn this person? Did you sit back and you watch this person? Whatever it is, if you sit back and watch this person and this and the third, you're still in the mental and in your physical. So, what I learned is, if I want to, let's say, cement or concrete a foundation, I got to be spiritually connected, mentally connected, and physically tame in order to understand what I'm chasing in a relationship that I want to become a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to learn how to be friends. We're going to learn how to talk to each other. We're going to learn how to be there for each other and everything. And we're going to learn how to prosper together. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to battle over this top thing. See, I don't believe that, because my queen came from out of my ribs. So if she came out of her ribs, so she on my right-hand side. You feel me? So if I'm not there, my queen going to be able to respond. You feel me? She going to make a good decision, because we always talk about she has a great opinion about what's going on. So, and she's challenging. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about get at you challenging and everything. And that's what I love, because it takes a stronger woman to make a greater man. Hold on. Y'all might be mad at me because I said that, but it's the truth though. Strong women make great men. Y'all might not understand that, man. You know what I'm saying? Here go another secret. I got to give you this one here, man. God speaks to woman faster than he speaks to man. Why? Okay. let's go on this. Let's look at it like this in the biblical text. When Adam allowed Eve to persuade him to eat of the fruit, and they became knowledgeable in sight, that now mentally they still have not become connected. See, this sight. You feel what I'm saying? So this is they went from spirit to the mental. They failed. You feel what I'm saying? They failed. They disconnected from what you see. Okay, when they failed, disconnected, God said, I've cursed this woman. He cursed her to bear child. He cursed her to go through her monthly cycle and all those things. But it's mighty funny that a woman say something, and because we see the woman, we don't see what could come through the woman. All right. For instance, let me say this. I got in trouble, but what I want to explain to you is, before I got in trouble, how God sent me signs that stop. Just stop. You know what I'm saying? He had a different plan for me, but I wasn't listening to that plan because I couldn't see that plan, because at that time I was in a whole different outfit. You know what I'm saying? Which is a street dream. So, but it was funny that the call came from my youngest son. We call him Baby Boy. You know what I'm saying, and everything. And he was like, you want to go to church? Go to church with me tomorrow, Dad. And I was like, yeah. Because at that very moment, I don't know what it was, but it tickled me that he said that. And by him saying that, it was crazy that he said it like that. But I was like, okay, no doubt. Okay. So I hung up with him, and his mom called back and said, don't promise him something that you can't keep. I said, I'm going to keep my promise. I'm going to church with him tomorrow. I'm going to do what my kids ask me. You feel me? Okay, that was that. Okay, next phone call came in. My older kids started calling, because 2 weeks from then, they going to get out of school, you know what I'm saying, everything. So they were like, Daddy, we going to get out of school. So was you going to be coming to get us? I said, yeah, don't even worry about that. Pop going to handle that situation. I got to handle that situation. You know what I'm saying, and everything. Not knowing what was ahead, not even knowing what this message was that was being brought to me. You know what I'm saying? Because these my kids. I ain't thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's 2 weeks from now. You know what I'm saying? Or 7 weeks from now, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But then their mother get on the phone, was like, you need to stay out of trouble. And I was like, what you mean stay out of trouble? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I'm just saying, stay out of trouble. Because you know how you is. You can get into something and this and the third. And I was like, man, I ain't trying to get into nothing for real. Make a long story short, one of my family members had, he recently had got out, you know what I'm saying, and everything, and I couldn't let him down, you know what I'm saying. He had already been let down before. So we eventually, what I was planning to do, you feel me, it didn't work that way. Eventually I get locked up and everything. That following morning, so I didn't make church. I got locked up that morning. So what I'm trying to explain to you is this right here. God speaks to us men. Black men, listen to me. God speaks to us a lot of times. We ain't spiritually in tune with the spiritual, the mental, and the physical. God speaks to the woman that we love, because he pinpointing what he's thinking, what you're thinking, what you're focusing on. You're focusing on your girl, then he pinpointing on your girl. You gotta listen to your girl now sometimes, because she ain't just saying stuff to be saying stuff. Sometimes you gotta realize she's saying stuff to save us. You feel what I'm saying? So we have to understand, we have to understand that in a relationship, when we find love in a woman, even if it's the smallest grain of love in a woman, that God will use that grain. And he'll nurture that grain. He'll bring forth life into that grain in order to get you, black man, you know what I'm saying, to understand that you're not forgotten. You just don't remember who you are as a black king. Because as a young boy, you're supposed to be taught and trained that you are a young prince. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're a young prince, you got to act a certain type of way, bougie or whatever you want to call it, whatever, but it's indifferent. See, it's like a different type of cloth, like royalty. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going for everything everybody into. You know what I'm saying? So, dealing with relationships and everything, we don't understand our values. Black men, our women that are strong, willing to work and everything, and hold on, let me say this. I don't know if it's every woman that's not willing to work, because I believe sometimes some black men impregnate a woman's mind to keep her still. Just keep her still and calm. So yeah, he's the breadwinner, but you're better as a two-piece unit, not a one-piece unit. You're better as a two-piece unit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta not play your own games and that you're trying to play with your girl and all this other stuff, and you got to be honest. That's the first thing. See, a lot of times we be like, I don't want my girl to know what I'm into, this and the third. But just imagine if you was out with some niggas and nobody knew you was out with them niggas, right? And just so happened your girl don't even know you out with these niggas, but you don't make it home. I'm talking about you don't make it home. Like, you get smashed and you never see home. So what's she supposed to do? Like normal, she gonna think if you've been staying out late nights or whatever, this and the third, she's gonna feel like you're cheating. So she be like, when that nigga get in here, and then I'm gonna tell him it's over and all this and the third, but she start getting worried about you and everything. See, sometimes we don't know that we taking a woman through more than what it is, even if we stepping outside. So this create division, this creates separation, this create disloyalty. All these things create that. You feel what I'm saying? But just imagine that though. That's crazy, right? Just imagine if you call yourself, you wasn't even cheating. This was like one of them nights you wasn't even cheating. You feel me? But you on some real grown, you saying you're a real grown man thing. You know what I'm saying? You in a marriage or you in a relationship and you mess around and you slide out. You feel me? Like, and she might be thinking it's a normal, just, he probably cheating. You feel me? But you up to your up to, and then next thing you know what I'm saying? You like, damn, you don't come home. So if she don't know where you at, then that tells her, you know what I'm saying? That tells everybody that, nigga, you can be got. You can be laid in somebody's swamp, somebody's backyard, somebody's side porch, or whatever it is, with a bullet in the back of your head. And guess what? Same woman you saying that you love, come on, man, stop playing. You feel me? See, I'm in range of a lot of knowledge. It's my time to give it away. You know what I'm saying? And bring it to the light. You know what I'm saying? So, fellas, what I'm saying to us in a relationship, it's a difference. That's got to be your best friend. The reason why is if don't nobody know where you at, it ain't but one person that should be knowing where you at. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't for everybody business to know where you at, but it is for her to know where you at. If you got kids by her, it's definitely know where you at. You know what I'm saying? I know my baby mother used to say I drive them crazy 'cause I'm gone 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying, and everything. I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying? When I was just young-minded and self-centered so much, you know what I'm saying? And I know how people are. And even though guys might want to say that, man, he tripping, man, this and the third, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? How do we keep good women if we keep messing them over? You feel what I'm saying? Now, hold on, women. Don't think that I'm letting y'all off the hook. I'm just getting on my brothers right now. Just right now, I'm getting on my brothers. I'm trying to get them to understand that we need our black queens to restore us, to restore the balance. Because if y'all don't look around, it's something growing right in between. You feel what I'm saying? Right in between, and men are falling off victim to it. So where's the war at? In relationships, you got to understand that men are being attacked right now. So no, a lot of men don't know what being a man is. You know what I'm saying? Because they under attack. You feel me? Because of how we think and how we see things. So you got a lot of men in prison. That's a lot of black men in prison. And that's another thing, black men. How are we walking into the prison system now? I remember at one time, that was the last thing I was trying to do. So I'm a think. I gotta be a thinker. You feel what I'm saying? I gotta outthink. But I ain't on this episode for that part. But what I'm saying is, every aspect of a black man's life is supposed to have value to it. You feel me? If you got people around you that you can't trust, then they're going to bring forth distrust. They're going to bring forth negativity. You know what I'm saying? And in a relationship, we got toxic situations. You feel what I'm saying? So, for me, I'm going to keep it on what we were talking about and everything. We're talking about relationship. We're talking about the foundation. We're talking about how we get to a marriage. Okay, so let's get to this right here. Let's say marriage, relationship, and friendship is the blueprint of your plans, right? A construction site. Now, do you have just an apartment, 2 cars, and a poodle? Or do you have a house, 2 cars, a couple of dogs with the fence? Do you have a business with that house? Are y'all 2 business partners, not just lovers and not just friends? But do y'all share this empire that y'all 2 are creating? That's what the process is. It is friendship. Get to know you part. Get to see you part. You feel what I'm saying? Learn the values of people. You know what I'm saying? Of one another. You feel what I'm saying? To see if we're going to be trustworthy and everything. Communication. That brings us quite straight to the point of what we're trying to do. Right? So, if we know for a fact this is what we're talking about, we want somebody to be real. Whole thing I did not say to you, but I have to say to you is this. You're going to have to take a black man to a pastor, a rabbi. You're going to have to take him to a pastor, someone that can pray for him, because he's under fire. Everything about his strength is under fire. Everything about his ability to direct is under fire. Everything about the way that he brings forth love is under fire. His fatherhood is under fire. His brotherhood. Everything in the black community is under fire in the male situation. Yeah, we have skittles of strong black men, but are we uniting across the board to create just not strength, but equality? So, not going to go there. That's a whole nother segment. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're going to stick to the relationship situation and everything. So, like I was saying, black men, learn that you need a competitive and strong black woman at your side, because you're only good as your competition. I mean, come on. If you can run her over, you're going to run her over. You might get mad that I just said it, but I'm going to say it. If you're going to run her over, she just easily, yes, baby, yeah, baby, and you can run her over, you done ran her over. You know what I'm saying? And you on to somebody else. But you ain't going to let nobody have that, because that's always been your go-to. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you don't want to go, so you caught in between this yard and this yard. You know what I'm saying? But that's all the games that being played. And then when the woman is scorned, we get mad. Now women, because he did this, that's not every man that's gonna do that. We gotta learn this in friendship. Straight up, all jokes aside. We supposed to learn this in friendship. Like, where you been? Like, I done told mine where I been. You feel what I'm saying? And I want her to tell me the same. It don't even matter about the weight of it. It don't matter how it hurts you. If your tears is coming down your eye, your man supposed to be like, baby, that ain't happening no more. We gonna lock that down. We'll lock that down. And for real, if you're a real black man, he'll be like, yo, for real, they can't come around me. That's if it's your family. That's if it's a stranger. That's if it's a nigga that you used to deal with, whatever it is. A real black man gonna be like, listen, part of my job, and women, I'm sorry, sometimes we come around that corner like pit bulls and rock robbers and the biggest dogs you can see, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes when a man feel like you in his house, a nigga's in his yard, you know what I'm saying? He can kind of get like a rock robber. I ain't seen too many black men that can allow a nigga to be in his yard and you know, the certain type of comments that's being made or whatever it is, and you just like, oh yeah, you know, and everything. But you looking at your girl rather than saying, hey, my nigga, don't ever talk about, don't even say nothing to me about whatever it is. You might say something to me outside of, but with my wife around, or my girl around, or, you know what I'm saying, my fiance around, whatever it is, don't carry me like that. You feel what I'm saying? So we have to learn that in a relationship, we have friendship that builds these things. You should know how strong a man is. You feel me? Now, black women, you starting to do the same thing that black men were doing. Y'all lines sound like black men lying from back in the days. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all cool with that because y'all talking about your independence, right? Okay, well that's cool though. But then it's crazy that at the same time, what about if a man can match your independence? See, if it's talking about independence, you still talking about separation. You can be independent in a relationship because a strong black man wants you to be independent. He wants you to be able to make your own money. He wants you to be able to, if it's something that y'all can come together and build, he wants you to be able to say, well, this is what I got on it. And he gonna say, let me get that, or let me double match that. You feel me? That's when it comes competitive. That's what's wrong with black people. That's what's wrong with black relationships. Y'all don't understand that you're trying to build from the blueprint. If the blueprint was made and you get to marriage, when divorce comes about, that means there's some love lost. You feel me? Black males, it means that sometimes woman can't take that all the time. You feel what I'm saying? Because you learning her and you learning her weakness and you using that for your advantage, but you don't realize you making her strong as hell. But listen, this one thing I learned. Every time a war goes on between men and women, somebody's gonna get shot. Do y'all ever think that some women gonna run into a male that's gonna be just as sharp, and he gonna learn that it ain't about dominating her, it's about seeing her bloom right in front of your eyes. You feel me? It is from your input. It's from your leadership that allows her to stand up and say, I'm a queen. Oh yes, my king is off the battle, but I'm a queen. You feel me? I'm a boss lady. You feel me? I still got to run this business no matter what's going on. So here it is. We have to learn how to share things. And we supposed to learn that stuff in relationships. Now, guys, I'm going to tell them spill the beans or whatever it is, this and the third. I'm probably going to get some bad views or whatever it is from this, but I couldn't care less. You know what I'm saying? My job is to tell what I believe is my opinion on situations where we talk about relationships. Toxic stuff, everything, you name it, when it comes to relationships. So right now, we talking about structure. We talking about a blueprint. You can't have structure without a blueprint. So now that we're talking about structure, I can bring the higher into this. Let me talk about God. You know what I'm saying? Father, in the name of the Son, Jesus Christ. Yes, I am a Christian. Please forgive me. I am a Christian. For the name of Jesus Christ, I ask that if whoever sees this video, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, that he stands in the midst of that. We don't get into an argument about this, but we become awakened from this so that we can get on board with balance so that you will stop maybe your wrath, because you have a wrath coming. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, pray you, Lord. Amen. See, I do that because I don't want to be in my own. I want to invite God into this situation, because sometimes we forget that when God is trying to do something, you feel what I'm saying? It's like he set the tone. But in the flesh, if you're not connected, you don't see your self-destruction because you're in the world, so you're thinking about certain things. In relationships, a lot of times, a lot of men will suffocate their woman so that they can be out here tricking, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is you want to call it. And women, y'all got these little Jones too. Y'all got 3 or 4 boyfriends and all this other stuff, and y'all messing around and stuff like that. Time I'm going over my mama house, I'm going over my sister's house. The whole time they playing cards, you done slid outside or whatever it is, got smashed and everything, and then you come back home as if nothing even happened. You feel me? Now, I do have one argument, and I guess I got to say this. I'm going to bring this up for the women's side. There's nothing wrong with homeboys getting together, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But I think it is something wrong with it, because as a man that been to prison, I'm going to tell you my greatest thirst. I'm not a homosexual for no reason. So it's obvious it has to be a woman. So it made me see things different. Like, how can I have the greatest thirst for a woman during a long stretch and stand strong on mine when it comes to that? You see what I'm saying? So why am I mistreated? So it's like honesty. We don't like being honest, my black brothers. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the biggest problems. And that's what women complain about, honest. They probably know what we're gonna do, just like God knows what we're gonna do. You feel me? But in time, they want security. You know what I'm saying? They want to be able to say, you know, they don't want to be sitting there. All right. Black men, let's look at it this way right here. How would you feel if you were standing in front of a glass, right? You stand in front of a glass. You can hear what's going on. And then your girl is in there with her girlfriends. Now, she looking in there, you looking in there, she in there jump. And they talking about who, man, they ain't shit. Excuse me, Lord, I got to say that word. I'm telling you, because this is how people understand stuff. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, Father, for what I've said. But people just, this is how they take it. You know what I'm saying? Everything. And they talking about who, man, the worst. And right now, your girl is getting clowned because she done, her homegirl done showed her pictures and all this other stuff and everything. You ain't working, you ain't doing this, you ain't trying to do nothing. How you think she feel? Okay, vice versa. Now, women, y'all cruel too. Don't even try it. Like y'all so innocent and nothing, cause y'all not. All right, now here it is. Some women know a man busts his behind her, like he'll work and the whole nine, but then you'll be like, he worked too much. But this he doing this to make sure that he got for you. But instead of you saying, listen, you need not to work so hard, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, or hold on. Get up and say, you working so hard, so this is what we're going to have to end up doing. Let's invest into something where I can start working and cut some of your hours and we can make money together. You know what I'm saying, for us. And then, man, you can spend more time together. Come on, black women. Y'all supposed to be queens now. Y'all ain't teaching these men nothing. Y'all worry about the flesh of y'all. The flesh, y'all don't want to be cold. Y'all want somebody to talk to. But y'all ain't talking about nothing because y'all ain't. That's why relationships are failing in the black culture, because y'all ain't talking about nothing. Or what they doing. Oh, look at them on vacation, boo. This what y'all sitting around doing the whole time. Yeah, boo, this and third. If y'all ain't doing this right here, he ain't hitting on, you already know I don't want to say the word, but he ain't hitting on nothing, and this and the third, and she think I'm stupid and all this and third. Listen, if we're talking about constructions, we talking about we gotta have some interest. Black men and women have to have just more than the body, more than the sex, because sex can play out to a degree, especially if y'all ain't exploring. I mean, I ain't talking about no voodoo type exploring. I'm talking about men and women exploring each other's body. You know what I'm saying? And I don't condone nothing that a man allow a woman to do anything when it got to the backside of his butt. I don't think that's just too far. I just had to say that because I ain't with that. That's too freaky. That's beyond Rick James freaky. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't with that part. So but what I'm saying to you is, you know, we have to really start understanding who we are, why we're losing. We shooting for what? Like I said, we shooting for the apartment, the 2 cars, because it's better than somebody, or are we doing listen, we got together for a reason, not just to make kids, but to make revenue so that we can take care of our kids and pay our bills and all these things. So like tennis, rather than one of y'all being on one side and one on the other side, y'all battling amongst each other like tennis, y'all pow, pow, pow. And that's called I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And if y'all playing that game, y'all ain't gonna never get nowhere because y'all enemies of each other. Rather than getting on side and say, we always gonna play against whoever it is. That's plain and simple. That's what a relationship, that's what friendship's supposed to be found out about. Can I go into a relationship where as though he or she knows that this is what I want? You know what I'm saying? I want somebody to have my back. You feel what I'm saying? I could be wrong because I got a lot of mouth. That's how she gonna be. You feel me? But when I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? I could be right. Then and for me, I tell my girl that right there. That see some of my stuff that I say, it is I could be wrong. Now I got that. You know what I'm saying? From off a movie. I just want to know if you know what movie I got that from. You know what I'm saying? When he said, I know I'm right, but I could be wrong. But even when I'm wrong, I could be right. Man, you tell me what movie is 50. Y'all crazy, man. 50, you change things with that right there because your mind is, they didn't even see that coming. I still say that I applaud 50 Cent for that. You know what I'm saying? So I done gave y'all something on that right there. But the whole point of it is, not all the time a woman is speaking to a man. You see the man sees the woman. He just see the body. Like, this woman I've been making love to. What can she tell me? She the same one moaning. But what if it was vice versa? And she's sitting on top of you and she's saying, yeah, this nigga is supposed to be doing this and he only thing good for is sex. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, he a liar. And well, this and the third. You would be hurt if that's what her was coming out her mouth rather than her moaning. She's like, when you going to give me the money for this bill? You feel what I'm saying? Whatever it is. Because, you know, some black men just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Then we get mad and we play this crazy game like, you know, we want this woman, but for real, we want what this woman do. You know what I'm saying? Because she might got good credit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. She got a car, 2 cars. She got her own crib. You feel me? Now, don't get me wrong. A king can become out of that situation. But come on now. If a woman sit down and she bow to you, feel me? I'm talking about she bow to you, take her crown off, and treat you like a king, then you supposed to stand up and say, listen, man, I got to try something different because I got to make sure that this woman understands that I got her. You feel me? Like for me, you know, I really felt like the streets would be my thing, how to come out of this. But the more I kept trying to do this, the more the streets wouldn't allow me to do that. You see what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, you got to make a decision. Now, it all goes back to what I prayed for, that God allowed me to go back and talk to these kids in white that mess out of their mind that the street dreamers lifestyle is what's to be. See, that was a trap. That's why prison is so easy to walk into now. And now that the younger generation don't even have a safety on nothing they got, not their mouths, not their body language, not their character, none of that stuff there, because they just living. You know what I'm saying? See, they don't know what that for real. They surviving, like they in a war. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, we dominant black men, and that's what the problem is. If you don't give our black men something to do, I don't care if it's boxing, football, baseball, I don't care what it is. If you don't give them nothing to do, they're gonna start looking at each other.